This video is a brief recap of atoms. Matter is anything that has mass and takes up space, so everything physical on Earth. Atoms are the smallest unit of matter that form an element, and elements are made up of only one type of atom, and they have the same number of protons. Everything on Earth is made up of some of these elements in different orders. Atoms are made up of different parts as well. They're made up of protons, which have a positive charge, neutrons, which are neutral, and electrons, which are negative and weigh almost nothing. If we use sodium as an example, we can draw its symbol here and how it would appear on the periodic table. This top number is called the atomic number, and it is equal to the number of protons. This bottom number is called the mass number. It's how much it actually weighs, and it's the number of protons plus neutrons. Remember, electrons weigh almost nothing. But what about the number of electrons? Well, it is equal to the number of protons if the atom is neutral or has no charge. Next, I'm going to show you how to draw it. So we have sodium, the symbol in the center there. We calculate the number of protons to be 11 and neutrons to be 12. And we place the protons in the middle as pink and neutrons as purple. They're in the nucleus. Then electrons go on shells around it. There are 11 electrons, so I've placed them on shells all around that. 2 on the first, 8 on the second, and 1 on the third. This means that the overall charge is going to be 11 positive plus 11 negative, which equals 0. However, this isn't really stable. Ions become more stable by losing or gaining electrons to have a full valence shell or full outer shell. So sodium, to become more stable, would want to become an ion. It does this with the same number of protons and neutrons in the middle, but it has 8 on the outer shell, making it a full shell, and none after that. So this time, if we go to quickly put the numbers there, we say that it's only 2 and 8. And when we go to subtract, we have positive 11 plus negative 10, giving us a charge of plus 1 overall. So we would make the sodium ion have a charge of positive 1. Using the periodic table, there are some tricks. So in group 1, there are 1 valence electron, which means the charge will always be plus 1 on ions. In group 2, there are 2 valence electrons, giving all of the ions a charge of positive 2. If we look over to group 18, these ones have a full valence shell and they're non-reactive. They're already happy how they are. And in group 17, they would have a charge of minus 1. This is because it needs 1 more electron to have a full valence shell. So we can use the periodic table to predict ion charges. Group 1 is going to have a charge of plus 1, group 2 plus 2, group 16 minus 2, and group 17 minus 1.